Good afternoon. My name is Sally Mercury and I'm the Managing Director of CEW UK. Following several previous sessions looking at the different aspects of launching your brand successfully on the global stage and specifically in China, we're really delighted to welcome China cross-border e-commerce specialist Samarkand Global to our Zoom stage this afternoon for the first time. To set the scene, I'm sure you will all be aware that China's beauty market is booming and in fact grew by almost 14% last year, and has become one of the most fiercely competitive markets in the world. One of the most common market entry tactics used in China is building hero products, and a successful strategy can see sales grow from tens to thousands of units in a short space of time. But what tools are available to brands to build a hero? What is the right strategy for your brand? And how do you identify the product with the most potential? Today, we are joined by Jack Porteous, Chen and Eva Merkel from Samarkand Global, who over the next half an hour or so will be sharing practical tips and brand building strategies to help you plan your next steps in the world's second largest beauty market. As always, please do ask questions in the Q&A panel at the bottom rather than the chat. We've got more chance of seeing it then. And we will come to these at the end of the session. But without further ado, I'm going to hand over to you now, Jack. Thank you.
Today, are talking about how to build a hero product in China. China is famously a market where hero products do really, really well. And so we want to talk about a few different topics on the agenda today to see what the benefits of doing that is. So first up, we're going to talk through why you might want to choose a hero product strategy. Then onto how to identify that hero product. So we're going to hear from Alison and Eva on these, who are both in the brand management team with me at Samarkand Global, and they spend every day working on creating success for our brand partners and have been through this process a million times. So it's really good to hear from their experience directly. So how do you identify your hero product? Some practical tips in there for what you can do to start that research, as well as explaining what the Samarkand process is. We're then going to talk about how you prepare to build that hero product, because it can be quite an undertaking and it has a lot of different steps and a lot of things that you need to be aware of to make sure you have a successful launch. Then onto some practical tools to grow your hero product, some tactics, a bit of a playbook that we use at Samarkand to be able to do it. And that if you've already got a Chinese partner, or if you are looking for one, these are things that you should be talking to them about to find out, if these are the kind of things they're doing, if it's been successful for your brand. And then a little bit of a final section at the end on risks and planning, which will just outline a couple of the challenges that this strategy has and can help you move on to the next phase of your growth in China. Why are you listening to us at Samarkand? So here's some of our partners. We've got a range of niche, unique brands, primarily in skincare, high efficacy skincare like 111 Skin, Moravitsa Temple Spa, but also some color cosmetics, hair care and fragrance brands in the mix as well. We have offices in the UK and China and a couple of other global markets. And our team is now up to almost 150 people, which, considering I joined the company 18 months ago and we had 50 people, it's been a bit of a year and a half for us, and we've seen some real growth in the market. So with that said, I'm going to hand you over to Eva, who's going to talk through why you should be using a hero product to enter the China market.
Thanks a lot, Jack, for this introduction, and it is a great pleasure for me to be here, and I want to thank CW for this opportunity. So I will start by introducing the first part of the presentation. So why should you use a hero product strategy to enter China? I'm well aware that the majority of you on the call will have a variety of SKUs and beautiful ranges. So why taking a hero product approach and just push one product when you can have more than one or even a full range? So I think there are three main reasons for these that are really linked to the characteristics of the China market. The first one being its dimension. So as already mentioned by Sally, China is really the world's second largest, biggest beauty market after the US. In 2020, China imported more than 15 billion pound worth of beauty products. And despite the pandemic, the China market has been very solid, and it will be the main driver of growth in the beauty industry in the upcoming years. So it's therefore not really surprising that a lot of brands, not only foreign brands, but also Chinese beauty brands, want to play an active role in this arena. So therefore, competition is really fierce. And as I said, this includes foreign brands, but also Chinese domestic brands, as you can see on the table. So the majority of foreign brands play in the luxury and premium segment, which represents 30% of the total beauty market, while Chinese brands are more in the mass market and low end. However, especially after the pandemic, Chinese brands are also upscaling to premium. So this is a trend you also need to watch carefully. So because of this very saturated market, having a hero product strategy really allows brands to cut through the noise and stand in a chance to get consumers' attention. Chinese consumers are very sophisticated. They are looking for quality, efficacy of product, but they are literally bombarded by messaging. So you really need to invest your resources carefully to get their attention. This last sentence really leads to the second reason why you should have a hero product strategy, which is linked to cost, because China is indeed one of the most expensive markets when it comes to marketing. So as a rule of thumb, you really look at 20 to 40% of your projected sales to be reinvested into marketing, and this is for a single SKU. So you really need to use your resources very carefully in order to get the best out of the China market. I'm showing a couple of examples of how brands approached the China market for entry with hero SKUs. The first brand is Fresh, is indeed a very big company owned by LVMH, so they definitely don't have a problem when it comes to resources. However, a few years back, they also decided to go into China with one hero SKUs, which was the sugar tinted lip balm. A few years later, their face masks are the #1 top seller on Tmall during Double 11, which is finishing tomorrow. So Tmall is really the biggest marketplace in China, and it is especially important for beauty products. And as previously mentioned by Jack, Double 11 is the sort of equivalent of Black Friday in China. The second brands I want to talk about is Kores, which is a Greek family-owned company, so the dimension is way smaller. However, they also entered the China market with a hero SKU, was the Wild Rose Brightening Oil, and right now they are selling the Greek yogurt face masks, so they are upgrading to different SKUs. So these two examples are to show that the hero product approach is actually valid for both small company and big company alike, so for brand of all sizes. The third reason why hero product approach is advised is because China is really a momentum market. So when a product takes off and start to be popular, it could be very well that 50 to 80% of your sales will be driven by that single product only. So you really, it's much easier for you if you have a single hero product to manage these. It makes it easier for brand. I'm showing here a table of two brands. They also entered the China at the same time. And as you can see, the brand Y, which is the orange line, really took advantage of the momentum the products was getting in the market to grow sales. While the second brand, despite having more popularity at the beginning, couldn't really capitalize on the opportunity. In this specific case, this was due to a trademark issue, but it could be also shock shortages. And I will talk about these risks and how to overcome these challenges on the last part of this presentation. So really, to sum up, building a hero SKU is quite key to enter the China market, because it really makes a new product known, a new brand known for a product, as for example with Fresh. It concentrates the effort and reduce the cost so you can invest your resources smartly, and finally and ultimately increases the chances of your success in the China market. So I will then hand over to my colleague Alison, who will talk about how to identify your hero product.
Thanks, Eva. So to grow in China market, the first things you need to do is to identify your hero products. So what you need to do today is, what you can do today is download Chinese social media and e-commerce apps, searching your brand name, and you might find your brand is presenting in China market already. Some brand might have existing Chinese customer. They use the product, they like it and share it on social media. You might also have resellers, they buy the product and resell it to China customer through Chinese e-commerce platform. This customer help to build brand awareness in China before the brand officially enter the market. So find out which product is mentioned the most. This is the easier and quickest way to find out your hero products, which can let the brand to enter the market faster with less marketing investment. So if the brand has no presence, and next slide, and thank you. And if the brand has no presence in China market, and at Samarkand, we will do a product evaluation process to help brand identify its hero products. So the first step is through our internal product evaluation team. We have a brand training given by brand to know the story behind the brand and the products. And then we'll have marketing discussion, which involve brand management, sales, and marketing to evaluate the product from their own perspective. We also do a 4 weeks product testing to understand how the products work. For skincare and supplement, we'll also look into the ingredients list to check if there are any ingredients popular in China. A big trend in China market is customers pay more attention to specific functional ingredients. So next slide, and in this image, you can see the main skincare concern in China and the popular ingredient used to solve this skincare problem. For example, skin redness is the common concern, and one of our skincare brand partner, Cosmetic 27, the main ingredient is centella as Attica, which is well known in China as an efficient ingredient to calm skin. So therefore, when we launched this brand in our sales channel, we got orders in a very short time. So when we go back to the last slide, our internal evaluation will help us to narrow down to 5 products. Next step is through our external network. We send samples to our sales channel and KOL as they are the closest part to the customer and know clearly what the customer wants. So we always get very, very useful information from them. Also, we'll do a third-party survey to real customer to get their product feedbacks if necessary. Therefore, we can identify the one hero products. So yeah, next slide, please, and next one. Thank you, Eva. Once we identify the hero products, we will start the preparation before we start a big marketing campaign. The main goal of this preparation is to localize selling point to make the product attractive to Chinese customer. In practice, we find the selling point localization is necessary and super important for brand growth in China. Third things we do is to understand the category, to answer the question, how can this product stand out in this category? And after that, we also need to understand the competitor to find out how can these products defeat its competitors. The last things we do is marketing testing to find out how can this product reach its customers. Once the product is entered China market, we need to understand new trend to refine the selling point to keep the products follow up with the new trend. Next, I'll explain what exactly we do in each step. So first, in order to understand the category, we need to know, is this category in the existing or new category in China market? By doing a market analysis, which is quite similar to a SWOT analysis, but here we want to find out is the product differentiation, not just the product strength. Next, I'll use 2 examples to explain how we do this. The first example is our brand partner Temple Spa's Hero Products Purification. As a face mask, purification is in an existing category, which means it's a no market space and become a very common product line in many skincare brands. Opportunity for this category is it's a mature market, customers know this product, they want this product and have very high demands for mass product with high repurchase frequency. The risks are face mask is highly competitive because there are so many brands there. So in order to win the customer from other brands, it leads to higher marketing costs to brands. Also, customers are more sensitive to the product price. The challenge for us is to explore existing demands to find out, is there any new demands or new trends in this category? The way to create product differentiation could be focused on the unique texture, better using user experience, or nicer scent. Another example here is another brand partner, Icon London Hero Product Sheer Brush. As a liquid brush, Sheer Brush is in a new category, which means it's a relatively new type of makeup product to the customer, and only few makeup brands have similar products. Even though it has a very strong product feature and the market is lower competitive, the risk is to change consumers' habit from using common powder brush to liquid brush. And we need to create and capture new demands to find out what liquid brush to do better compared to powder brush. Things like long-lasting, more suitable for hot weather in China, and a nature makeup look can be the product differentiation. The next step is to understand your competitor. Competitor analysis is a must-do things to get product ready for China market. Product comparison content is very, very popular on China's social media and is influential to customer. As you can see in the image in the middle, this type of like 9 cleansing mask comparison or 20 my favorite brush in spring, product comparison topic are super popular topic on China's social media. Whenever we introduce products to sales channel, to KOL or customer, the most frequent question they ask us is why this product is better than its competitors. So at Samarkand, our competitor research will include competitor product feature, their market strategy in China, etc., which help the brand and us to localize the selling point and make our hero product unique and attractive to Chinese customer and defeat competitors. Once the selling point are confirmed and we start creating the product material, for example, Chinese product name need to be catchy, easy to remember, and fit the product image, fit the brand image. Chinese brand deck, which is also very important, will be sent to sales channel to introduce the product and increase potential buyers. Marketing brief will be used as a guideline for KOL to create content. Last things we do is a market testing. Market testing is very important for us to test the water, evaluate the potential of our hero products to find the right way and to reach target customer before we start a big campaign. We normally have a small marketing campaign, about 15 KOL publishing posts about hero products on China's social media within 2 months and reach 500,000 customers. Customer engagement is the main things that we review this campaign. Our in-house marketing team will evaluate the product potential from the customer reaction. For example, if many customers leave comment under the post and want to know more detail about this product and even want to know where to buy it, we can learn this product is perfect, is attractive to Chinese customer. In the meantime, we launched the product on Samarkand sales channel, including big retailer like Sephora, celebrity on store, top 200 personal store on Taobao, which is the biggest e-commerce platform in China. Our sales team will evaluate the product potential from its sales growth. We can also know that our testing marketing campaign drives sales successfully. So now we have done all our preparation and know which one is a hero product and ready to sell it in China market. Here are some tactics for brands to make hero products successful in China. The first tactic is seeding. Similar to do seeding in the UK, brands send products to pay KOL and KOL recommend the products on social media. You might have heard of this already. Social media and KOL are very influential to China customer before they make a purchase decision, especially in beauty and fashion category. About 68% of Chinese customer choices are based on social media KOL. Compared to Western customer journey, information search is a longer period in Chinese customer journey. Chinese consumers like to be educated and don't want a hard sell, so influencer marketing is more subtle, low pressure, and persuasive selling approach. So what's the platform and strategy for KOL seeding? We recommend Red as a first social platform for new brands in China. Red is the most popular social platform for brands to do marketing in China. Red is quite similar to Instagram. Users publish an image or video posts about their life and product recommendation. Red has 400 million monthly active users. 90% are female, 80% are aged 18 to 35. They have higher buying power, and they are interested in premium position brand and foreign brand. Brand can communicate with customers through different ways in Red ecosystem, like KOL posts, brand account, and also customer can directly purchase the products on brand store on Red. Red seeding strategy is vary from brand to brand. For new brand in practice, we found 10 to 30 KOL, 10,000 to 30,000 pounds per month is an efficient way to grow both brand awareness and sales. Quantity of KOL can be more focused on smaller size of KOL, about 80% tier 3 to 4 KOLs plus 20% tier 1 to 2 KOLs. Of course, if brands have higher budget and prefer faster development path, extra budget can be invested in top tier KOL and celebrity. At Samarkand, we have connected to over 1 million KOL, including top 300 KOL and celebrity. So if you have any question about how your brand can do marketing in China, please contact us and our marketing team. We're very happy to answer your question. Next, I'll hand over to Eva, who introduce another tactics.
Thanks, Alison. So another great way is doing offline events. So these are really great opportunities to interact with real consumers who can really trial your products and give real-time valuable feedback. Here you can see some picture of one of our bespoke events that was organized by us at Samarkand in Shanghai for our client Iconic London. Another very hot topic at the moment in China is live streaming, and I'm sure you heard about this. Is indeed a very great way to boost instant sales. And as you can see, in 2021, live streaming generated more than 304 billion US dollar, which is definitely a very big number. So live streamers are really powerful because they are really able to make a difference for your brand, because as you can see in this three picture of live streaming organized by us at Samarkand for our client Iconic London and Tempo Spa, they will connect with the client in real time, respond to questions, really talk about the product selling points. So they are great not only for sales, but also for brand awareness. Live streamers will indeed only broadcast your hero products. So having a hero product strategy is the right way to work with live streamers, especially top live streamers. So people who are very, very important in the industry. They will work only with brands that are already successful in China and with product already have an awareness of a potential. So this is a bit different than in the UK. So it's not just a question of budget, how much you wanna, let's say, pay to have this live streaming. These people really also want to have a product who really works. So you really need to start little by little, working with smaller live streamer, getting momentum into China, and then climb the ladder and work with bigger and bigger live streamer. Another great tactics to grow your hero product sales in China is by working with beauty e-tailers. So really working with influential e-tailers is a great way because they leverage existing audiences and they are very trusted by their clients. They are also the perfect channels to discover new products and new brands, especially from overseas. And the majority of these e-tailers sell on platforms such as Taobao and WeChat. And as a Samarkand, we really developed a big network of these channels specialized in high-end skincare and beauty. So we have more than 100 partners in this space. I'm showing a picture of two of our main channels, Tracy and You. So these women are not only influencers, they are real entrepreneurs, they are beauty experts, and they have their own e-commerce platforms. So as an example, You has their own e-commerce platform called Bye. And in 2020, she had an annual revenue of more than $30 million in beauty product only. As an example, for Tempo Spa, Yugo really represent 35% of all units sold in 2020, and Tracy represent the 20% of all units sold. So as you can see, these channels are really, really important for your products to get brand awareness and also generate sales. So this quick slide is really to give you an overview of the results of all the tactics that we just discussed, because really thanks to a combination of all the previous tactics, such as live streaming, seeding, and working with these retail channels online, purification and sheer blush add an exponential growth. And we are expecting another big spike to come for Double 11 this year. So here you just see the September-October sales, but we are just looking at the new numbers to come through from tomorrow promotion. So for example, Sheer Brush, also thanks to all these tactics, won an award as one of the top seller blush on Tmall. So I will introduce the last part of our presentation, so risk and planning. Of course, having a hero product strategy has some risks. However, I want to also discuss how to mitigate these risks and how to make it successful overall. So the first risk is, of course, stock. So stock might be an issue, and you will need to watch your supply chain quite carefully and getting this ready for China, because as we already said a couple of times, China is a momentum market. If a product is successful, a lot of sales will be driven by that single SKU only. So you need to get your supply chain ready for that. I'm giving a real life example of our experience working with Tempo Spa. Our initial forecast set with the brand when we sit down with them 3 years ago for purification was pretty conservative, because actually the hero performed way better in the market, and it really was appreciated very much by the consumers. So as a result, the real quantity ordered in comparison to the original forecast has been 5 times higher in year 2 and 8 times higher in year 3 compared to the original forecast. So you really need to work with your partner in order to take advantage of the momentum from the China market. So some tips I want to share are thinking about a buffer stock on top of the forecast that your distributor gives you. Try to react quickly to change and think about how to make your supply chain more lean. It might be a component that can be sourced elsewhere, an ingredient that can be purchased in a different way. It's just how to make the process as quick and as adaptable as possible. And of course, revise your plan on a monthly or bi-monthly basis. China is a very fast-paced market, and it's quite difficult to work on a yearly forecast. The second risk is over-reliance on a hero SKU. Of course, over-reliance is a danger because the hero needs to be your brand introductory product for new consumer to discover your brand. A new consumer will buy your hero because he doesn't know about your brand. but this cannot be the only one product. So you really need to think about innovation, and you need to address the product life cycle smartly in order to have different products at different stages of the life cycle. I'm sharing with you an example and how we overcome the over-reliance risk with Tempo Spa. At the moment, the ERSQ is purification, as we mentioned, but as you can see in the table, we have another product called Most Revealing in the introduction phase, and we have a moisturizer called Truffle Delight in the development phase. This last product has been developed with China consumer at its core. So I think this is also a very important point, because in the NPD phase, you should try to think about the Chinese consumer and his needs and skin concern. And if you have any question, we are happy to jump on a call after and respond any question, or you can ask your existing partner and distributor to have more insight on what the consumer in China would need from a product. So I will hand over to Alison to speak about the last risks.
Thanks. And the last risk a brand need to consider is relevance. Hero SKU is better to be in the same category of brand's main category. This is because consumers' impression about a brand is strongly connected to the category of the first hero products. If the brand's main category is in a lower expectation level, it will be more difficult for the new products in a high level to be accepted by customers in future. For example, skincare category is in the highest expectation level. If the first hero product is in skincare products, it's relatively easy for brand to expand their product line in the future to makeup or body care. La Prairie is a good example here. Their first hero product in China is the face cream. So when they list their new foundation in China, which is a lower category makeup, customers are convinced the foundation is added skincare benefits, which help the foundation to stand out in the market and also set a very high price point. However, if the first hero product is a makeup product like Charcuterie lipstick, when they launch their new skincare products and magic cream, even though it's a very good product, it's relatively harder for the brand to attract customer compared to Charcuterie launching other new makeup products. So here is our presentation, and next Jack will give you a summary and key actions.
Thank you so much, Alison. I can still see Alison on screen, but I'm assuming people can see me. I hope so anyway. You're probably much better looking at Alison, to be honest with you, but I thought that was fascinating from Alison and Eva, and they've really given a huge amount of experience and knowledge over there to help everybody understand how we select and build hero products and how we make them successful, as well as some of the other considerations that we have to put in around that. So I just wanted to kind of give some key takeaways. The first one, I think the most important things that you need to be successful are a good product, a good plan, and a good partner. China is a tricky place. It's a competitive place to do alone. And so having experts in the market who are aware of the trends and are aware of the specific marketing methods and some of these great tactics like product seeding, like live streaming, and how they work specifically within a Chinese context, really can take you to a more successful place than just hoping for the best and trying to do it yourself. Part two, do a little bit of the research first yourself. There are a couple of apps that I've written in English here. So Taobao, Taobao, that's one of the Alibaba apps. So Alibaba, huge Chinese e-commerce company. You can download that on your phone. It's very in Chinese, but if you just put your brand name in the search bar, you can see what comes up, if there is anything, or if not, you can maybe have a look at some competitors and see if they're kind of featured in the listings there. And then the other one, Xiaohongshu, or Little Red Book, which Alison and Eva both spoke about, is a little bit like an Instagram, Pinterest crossover. It's where a lot of the big beauty influencers really operate and where they speak to their super fans. So search on there, see how many notes there are. If you've been featured in something like Look Fantastic or Feel Unique or Net-a-Porter promotion or advent calendar or something, there could be posts about you in there and you might not even know about it, even if you've not made any attempts to do China before. So have a little look yourself. Related to that, I'd say use the resources that you've already got access to. Do you have a Chinese colleague or some friends who speak Chinese, or a member of staff who speaks Mandarin Chinese or understands the ecosystem, has worked with it a little before, and can you get them to help you do that initial bit of research into your brand position in the market and other similar brands. And then the next one is forward planning. So we've spoken a lot today about a hero strategy. I know a lot of brands are a little bit scared of hero strategies sometimes because you want to represent the whole brand and every product. But this is the kind of next part, what comes after that hero product. As Eva and Alison explained, entering China is super competitive. It can be really expensive, even just to do it with one product, like a hero product. And a lot of the platforms are really set up to make hero products successful, especially if you're looking at something like a Tmall global launch. It's a really good market entry strategy, but kind of what comes next? How do you build your second hero, your third hero, your fourth hero, and become a more established brand in the market with a wider offering beyond just one product where, as Eva explained at the end there, the product life cycle can kind of expire after a few years if it's not properly managed. So what's your next innovation? How do you keep customers interested? So they were my key takeaways. Is there more content on the next slides, Eva, or is that, it's just our details. So yeah, these are our offices. If anybody wants to get in touch with us, we're on info@samarkand.global, or you can email me directly, jack@samarkand.global, and I'll get Alison or whatever probably involved to answer any questions that you've got, or other members of the team as well. But now I guess we can open up to questions from everyone, and we've got a few through. So I'm going to read them out, and I'm going to ask you guys, Alison and Eva, to offer your thoughts. So first up, and I think this covers a few of them actually. What industry trends are you seeing emerging in China in the beauty industry specifically? So what are the emerging industry trends?
Yeah, I'm happy to take this question if you want.
Thanks, Eva.
Yeah, definitely. So of course, in China, there are a lot of different beauty trends, but I would like to focus, I guess, on four main trends that we are seeing right now. First being clean beauty and organic ingredient. Of course, clean beauty is not as mainstream in China as it is in the UK. However, we have seen a huge growth compared to last year, and especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. So we have seen a year-on-year growth of more than 600% according to Tmall data. I looked at these data a couple of days ago, and companies such as Drunk Elephant and Pharmacy are performing really well at the moment, and they are in this clean beauty space. At the same time, Tmall is also running a push for clean beauty in order to educate the consumers on the efficacy and safety of clean beauty products. So I think this trend will continue to rise in the upcoming years in China. Then also we have male skincare, because despite being still small, there are more and more male Chinese consumers that actually want to have products designed for their skin concern. And products that are performing really well on Tmall are body scrubs, facial care, and I was checking a couple of days ago also neck cream, which looks quite strange, but is still very specific products. So male skincare is definitely another trend. And then the last two trends are niche fragrances and hair care. Regarding the fragrances, Chinese consumer really wanted to be unique and different. So they are looking at new options than, the mainstream fragrance products. And hair care, for a long time, China has been quite shampoo, kind of conditioner driven, but right now consumers are wanting to be educated on more upgrading to high-end products, and as well willing to be educated on how to use different products, such, for example, hair serum, hair styling products. So as of Samarkand, we have seen a lot of requests from our retail networks on these kind of products compared to a couple of years ago.
Thank you, Eva. That was very comprehensive. And yeah, I completely agree. I look after one of our hair care brands, Philip Kingsley, and that's certainly a trend that we've seen over the last few years. We had another question, which I think you've kind of answered already there, Eva, which is fragrance a big category for the Chinese market? I would just add to what Eva said that it's still a relatively smaller proportion of the Chinese population who use fragrance on a day-to-day basis. So I believe it's somewhere around 10%. But that number is growing quickly and obviously has a lot more room for growth. So there is an increasing demand for perfumes outside of the kind of major mass market offerings, but it's not quite at the level that skincare or color cosmetics is in China, where it's a very established category. Okay, let's. There's kind of one similar question as well, which was, is there one beauty product line that leads the Chinese market? I think Eva, you answered that, but is there anything you'd like to add? The kind of top category for...
Yeah, I think like for top category, still like, I guess, skincare, the main top category. For what we've seen on Tmall, for example, data, serum and masks are still like the top leading. We have seen actually a big trend toward sets, like sets of different products of same brand and not different brands, which is quite a new trend, I would say. And still, I guess, skincare is the top driver of growth in the China beauty market, I would say, compared to the rest we discussed previously.
Perfect, thank you. So the next one, a slightly different topic, but is animal testing changing the way brands enter China? Eva, do you want to take this, or do you want me to talk about animal testing?
As you want. Maybe you want to talk about maybe, and I can add later on.
Okay, sure. So as I'm sure many of you know, to get product on the shelves in shops in China or in spas or hotels through general import, previously you had to either manufacture in China and you could not test on animals, or you had to go through an import process that required animal testing. In May this year, those regulations changed slightly for some products, so that some imported products could be imported via the general import route with product registration, and that alternative tests to animal testing could be accepted. There's a few requirements around that. So one is that you have an agreement between the country where you manufacture, so that country's government and the Chinese regulator about recognition of the manufacturing certificates and the good manufacturing protocols. Another is that you have to have a registered entity in China. It can be your distributor, but it also could be you. And also it's worth mentioning that, as I said, not all products are eligible for this. So there are certain uses of beauty products that are ineligible for this exemption. And also anything with a new ingredient that isn't on the approved ingredients list, new ingredient testing is involves testing on animals as a mandatory part of the process. So they are still kind of can't go through a non-animal testing route in its entirety. So is it changing the way brands enter China? For large brands, certainly it is. I think for SME brands at the moment, I think cross-border e-commerce is still the primary route to market. Great. We've got a couple more questions. I'm just checking the time. We've still got a couple of minutes. So next up, we've got, how do we find a good distributor in China? Eva, I'll let you answer.
I guess, okay, should we respond, talk to Samarkand? No, it's not the right answer. I'm sorry, it's too much of a marketing. Now, I would say talk to CW or even other bodies that are in touch with a lot of different partners, and reach out to your network to find good partners. A lot of our brand partners are contacted by Chinese company on a daily basis. It's really important to do your due diligence and find the right partner. It's not about selling product right now, right here. It's about growing China on the long term. So I guess you really need to find a partner that has your same objective and want to grow with you on the long run. So you rather spend a little bit more time doing your own research and looking around than, you know, jump on the first company that contacts you by email saying that they want to buy your product, basically, I would say. So reach out to your network, talk to the bodies that are working with the China market. I think attending trade shows as well and meet face-to-face with people when it will be possible again is also a great way to find good partners for the China market.
Yeah, I think that's some excellent advice from Eva. I would, however, also say it's worth talking to us. We are a established distributor and partner for brands looking to enter the Chinese market. We don't take on every brand that we speak to, obviously. We want to believe that everybody we take on has got a chance to be successful in the China market, and we go through a really kind of thorough evaluation process with new brands before we start working with them. Please do talk to us. We're not the only partner out there, but we are probably the only one with a big team in the UK who you can access quite easily. I think there are good reasons to chat to us as well. Next, what are the major challenges for a UK-based brand to break into the Chinese market? Eva, do you want to give just one challenge for a UK brand? Because we've not got so much time, because this answer could go on for a while.
Yeah, it could be like forever, not forever, but there are a lot of different reasons. So I guess there is one main challenge based on the opacity of the China market. Is really difficult to understand what's going on. So it's very difficult to go alone. That's why a partner is advised. There is a problem of the language because Chinese is very difficult to understand. So even accessing the platform can be daunting for a UK company that doesn't really speak Mandarin Chinese and do not have, you know, a Chinese person or a Chinese speaker in the team. And also there are the barriers to entry that are represented by, as we already mentioned, for example, animal testing for certain products, and as well as labeling. So all these barriers really needs to be addressed with a partner that helps you success in China. Basically, it's impossible to go alone unless you are a big corporation with an office in China with at least 50 Chinese people already sitting in Beijing or Shanghai.
Perfect, thank you. Lots of, I think that was more than one, but that was a good set of challenges.
I think I said 3.
Yeah.
If someone want to add something else, do you want to add something else, Jack?
No. I think we're coming to the end of our time. We've got one more question. I'm not quite sure I fully understand it, but the question is, who are the main partners in China? I think to answer that in a slightly roundabout way, the main kind of platforms for selling on via cross-border e-commerce include Alibaba's platforms, which are Tmall, Taobao, Kaola, and several others. Key social media channels like WeChat, Little Red Book, or Xiaohongshu as it's called in Chinese, Douyin, which is TikTok in China, and then there are loads of other platforms as well, like JD, who I'm sure you've heard of. So there's a lot. You will need a partner probably to be able to access most of those platforms. And then for us, some of our key kind of partners are beauty specific channels that sit within those ecosystems. So whether it's influencer or KOL led channels in WeChat, whether it's a beauty store that sits within Taobao, these are some of the kind of key places that we look at. So I hope that answers your question that you're looking at. And that's it for the questions. So I'm gonna hand back over to Sally. I just want to say thank you again, everybody, for listening, and thank you to CEW for having us on, and also thank you, not least, to Eva and Alison for putting together such a thorough and detailed presentation. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. And you've stolen my thunder, actually. I was just about to thank all of you for your sharing all of your knowledge on the hero product strategies and the best strategies to succeed in China. There's so much information in this space. This definitely isn't the last event that we'll be doing on China. It's a moving piece, and it's something that I think everybody wants to get as much information on as they can. Do please, as Jack said, ask any questions that you may have via the team at Samarkand, or do get in touch with CW directly. We'll be very happy to pass those on. We are speeding fast towards the festive season, as you will all be aware, but we do have a few events coming up in the calendar. We have the big one, which is the Achiever Awards, taking place at the Rosewood on the 29th of November. And you can find out more about our 2021 Achievers on the website, on our social channels. The last one has just been announced today, I think, literally in the last hour or so, which is our Digital Innovation Award, which is fantastic. Actually, we've got one more to go, which is our Young Achiever. And you can buy tickets online for this right now, or get in touch with the team. We've got an amazing, very special Young Executive event on the 23rd of November. And we're just working up a really special event with one of our Lifetime Achievers from a few years ago, which we might bring to you in real life. It's just started planning it today, such as the life at CEW. We do have our brands now selected. Lots happening right now for the CEW Accelerate program. So again, those will be announced in the next week or so. And last but by no means least, the CEW Beauty Awards for 2022 will be open for early reduced entries with reduced fees from the 1st of December. And the entry process is really easy and quick. We require around 120 units of each item that you're entering, and we'll be running the demonstration event in Q1 next year. So we're just going to get back into our normal sort of phasing after hopefully moving further through the pandemic and our recovery from it. So lots happening there, and also lots happening for 2022. It's the 30th anniversary of CEW in the UK. So we've got some really exciting programs coming down the pipe. But as always, thank you so much for joining us. Do keep in touch, and thank you so much to the team at Samarkand. We've loved having you today, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.